You have an intro, or are we just kicking it in?
I do have an intro, so I will start the intro right. Meow.
In a world of reboots, remakes, and cinematic disasters, two dudes with no clue dare to ask, what the hell were they thinking? Popcorn ready, brains off, no film school, and no mercy. This is No Clue Movie Reviews.
Hello and welcome to the No Clue Movie Reviews. I am your host, Jay, and as always, I'm joined by this guy, Malcolm.
Well, I'm gonna just start off a little bit off the bat. I don't hate this movie anymore, Meow.
Oh yeah, this time around did good for you, huh?
It took 25 years.
Oh man, I love this movie, man. It's honestly it's been in my top 10 since it's come out. So, but let's let our listeners in on what we're doing here today. Today we will be breaking down the 2001 comedy.
Don't spit in that cop's burger.
Made me laugh out loud, long and hard.
Another highway cop? What are you guys multiplying?
Super Troopers. Now, Super Troopers was written by the Broken Lizard members Jay, and forgive me here, Chandrasekhar, Kevin Heffernan, and Steve Lemmy, and it's also starring those three, along with the other two members, Eric Stolhansk and Paul Soder.
Well, we all saw it when it came on DVD. Did you see it in theater? I did.
I did not see it in theater. No, I had no idea what this was.
But I think that's how most comedies from that time was. No one sees them in theater, and then they become famous on DVD rental. But yeah, I don't know. I think it was just that teenage angst where I just oh, y'all like it? I don't like it.
One of those, maybe. It's such a great movie. Everybody loves it. Fuck you. I don't want to watch it.
Well, I'm usually right about most things like that.
Well, before jumping into this one, like I said, it's my top 10. I had it on replay on my movies I watch constantly. I will give this one a pre-rating of 90%. That's where I'm setting before I went back into watching it. Now, it's been about 5 years since I've seen it, though.
Okay.
But the movie kicks off with one of my favorite intros in any movie. Like, them fucking with the kids this way is the greatest thing ever. Pulling them over, walking off on them, pulling back up, pulling them over again. The scene here, they make that guy in the back eat a whole bag of weed and a whole bag of mushrooms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you recognize that kid from anywhere else?
Yes, because his ugly eyes, but I don't know what from.
So he has one of my favorite scenes in the movie The Ringer.
You stopped off for ice cream.
When the fuck did we get ice cream?
Somebody says about ice cream, and he goes, when the fuck did we get ice cream? I didn't get ice cream.
Oh my God. Okay, so he was a fake tard working with real
About
tards.
half of them were, yes.
Okay. I just assumed that they hired all real tards, and I didn't even think about it, besides Johnny Knoxville. There's a few weird things I never did notice about it. All right, first of all, the classic.
Do you own the sand and the water? Nobody owns the water. It's God's water.
The sad thing is, the goofy-eyed pothead's kind of right, minus the religious bit. You don't own water. You own the beach, but you cannot own water channels.
but what if a girl walks onto your beach?
Well, then, yeah, you can.
You don't own the girl.
Before we go, there's one thing, and I don't think you can answer why the same bug eye goofy guy says this.
Littering.
Officer, that's not ours.
Candy bars.
Littering and...
Why is that? What does that mean?
And
he's tripping. He heard ours, and he just first thing that came to mind. Right here, though, when they're doing this, you start hearing the sounds from Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah.
The Roller Coaster Tycoon playing, yeah.
And I bet you they did the ears by just having a straw hidden in his hair and wiggling it for that.
Who knows? The kid's weird. He might be able to wiggle his ears.
Maybe, but this was famously a low budget, $1.2 million. They did everything they could save money. And even though it didn't do great in the box office, it's still way more than made up for it. Domestically 18, worldwide 23 million.
Well, yeah, this was, I believe, their second film. They filmed one in 96 that did not take off. And I've tried watching it. It's not great. It's called Puddle Cruiser.
Okay, never seen it, never heard of it.
Okay, yeah, it's like mid to late '90s they made it, and it was before this. It was like their first movie. I do love that the blonde one. I think his name is Mike, or Mike
Mhm.
might be the one in the back. I don't remember, but the blonde one, he asked the dude to eat the drugs and then tries to charge him for them. What kind of
Yes,
dick move is
yes.
that?
Yeah, I guess a drug dealer's kinda move, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. But so they're just fucking with them. They're about to make them smoke that whole bag, and then you get this other car that goes flying by,
Mother of God.
and they end up on a high speed chase with these guys in the back of their car, which is great. He goes flying by another car that's parked on the side of the road.
Mhm.
They end up at a bar. Yeah, he runs into a bar because he takes a bunch of
Yep.
shots, but it ends up being Mac.
The other good cop, I got questions about the how good of cops these are.
I don't think any of the people in this town are good cops if you look at it.
Right. Alright, here's like, we find out that in their off time, they have no and technically even on their on time, they have no problem with the reefer,
Oh
but yet
no,
they have no problem busting people over it.
well, if you catch it, they weren't even going to bust these guys. They literally were going to make them smoke the bag just to fuck with them more.
Mm.
It was Mac's fault that these guys got arrested or got put in the car at least.
Right. Maybe
But
yeah, it doesn't explain it. I guess possibly they let him go. You do see the German couple that they obviously were imprisoned.
you know what?
Held.
I've always just took it as an assumption that Mac drove them and just dumped them somewhere.
Okay, that could
Because
have happened.
they act like he shoots the cops and he goes running out. He jumps in the car. You boys like Mexico? And goes
Mhm.
driving off. Yeah, I've always just been under the assumption that he drove them somewhere and dropped them off. I mean, they don't
Yeah.
address it later on. They recognize that they're the cops, so they know they
Yeah.
weren't actually shot. So I don't know.
Yeah, I just for some reason in my mind's eye, they went to jail. But I guess not. The more I think about it, wouldn't make sense.
Well, you jump directly from the scene to the diner, which is another one of my favorite scenes. And I
Right.
quote this movie way too much, or this. Yes, I quote this movie entirely too much. But you got Ramathorn and Rabbit, or and I'm going to call him Ramathorn, Rammy, Thorny. I'm going to call him
Uh-huh.
tons of different
Sure.
names. The rest of them, yeah, they got their one. But Thorny and Rabbit are chugging syrup bottles.
Which was real syrup. That was no stunt syrup.
Oh
They
yeah,
did
yeah.
that.
I read about that actually. That's pretty funny. That's fucked up too, because that's yeah, I don't know. But the local police chick, Ursula, is getting irritated
Mhm.
because she got pancakes and there was no syrup. This leads to the first interaction with her and Foster, which ends up becoming a
Will they, won't they? Kind of,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. My favorite part here, this whole diner scene, is when they're over there talking shit from the local PDs, talking shit across, and you see one of those syrup bottles come flying and nail the dude in the fucking face.
Oh, what the fuck?
But yeah, so they almost get in a fight, and then the chief burst in, and or Captain whatever is it, Captain O'Hagan? Let's see. Yeah, Captain O'Hagan burst in.
Right.
Yeah, I always get Grady and O'Hagan mixed up. Grady's the local, O'Hagan is the highway patrol. So
Right. And Grady would again, you love it when I bring this up, was on a recurring character on your favorite show in the 90s, Seinfeld.
is he really?
Mhm.
Well,
He plays a ditzy boss for Costanza for like a whole season and a half.
well, if we're going that route, you know that Brian Cox, the guy that plays Captain O'Hagan, was
Mhm.
the first Hannibal Lecter before Anthony Hopkins.
Yes, it was like a earlier version of Red Dragon or something.
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but yeah, he
Yeah.
was
It
actually
was called
the
something else,
first.
but it was based off the book of Red Dragon, which was
Mhm.
later made its own film.
But after the scene, we go ahead and jump over to the station for the first time, and we get to meet
Mhm.
Farva, which love him, hate him, whatever. Farva is probably the person that makes this movie.
Yeah, and he's so believable as this like guy you hate. It's like hard to realize that in real life he's essentially the brains of this troupe,
Oh
comedy
yeah,
troupe.
him trying to haze Rabbit cracks me up. So he just puts a bar of soap in his coffee.
Look, a bar of soap.
Oh, shit, I got you good, you fucker.
Yeah, you're right. He comes off as that fucking douchebag, but he also comes
Mhm.
off as just a complete fucking idiot. By the way, did you know his parents are in both the first movie and this one? I'll point them out to you later if you didn't find them.
Oh, okay. I had no clue, so I may have accidentally found him, but I don't think I did.
I'll tell you when we get there. We discover that they are probably going to get shut down. It's between them and two other stations for
Mhm.
for a a state budget, and they got to shut down somebody.
Mhm.
So they're basically trying to do anything they can to keep it together, and fighting and all that shit isn't a good thing to do.
I have one question. I saw this weird little movement that the chief did,
Yeah.
or captain, interchangeable in my mind.
Yeah.
It's like it's like the first time he speaks to Farva.
Farva.
Why does he just move his gun like that?
My bad,
What is
Cap.
with that? That was so weird.
Did he point it at Farva?
It's hard to tell because the way it's shot, I guess so, but it's just laying there and he just shifts it.
Huh. I did not notice that.
Right. It's just like, wait, what was that supposed to indicate?
I don't know. Yeah, if he's pointing it at Farva, maybe it's an intimidation thing, but I don't.
Mhm.
I guess the only one that Farva's actually intimidated by in this whole movie is the captain.
Right. And
there,
who gets frustrated with Farva and just goes ahead and bites the soap?
It's
Just
the
to get him
captain.
quiffed.
It's the
Right.
captain. Like, here, give me the damn soap. I'll bite it.
And then spits it out.
Oh, I love it, dude. I love it. So they're on the road, and you get Mac and Foster are driving, and they see a
Mhm.
local's got somebody pulled over. So they kick the local out, and they take over this traffic stop.
Yep.
Real quick. Why? What are they pulled over for? They ticket him.
Yeah.
Well, they ticket him, but they don't know why he was pulled over to begin with.
Yeah, they didn't talk to the other cops. They
No.
didn't. They just hit initiate.
But this is where the cat game comes in, which is basically just saying how many times you could say meow.
Meow.
Did you catch who the driver was, Mister?
Yes, a very unknown Jim Gaffigan at the time.
Yes, sir.
All right, Meow, where were we?
I'm sorry. Are you saying meow?
I was always wondering this. Like, I asked this every time. I go, what the fuck did they ticket him for? They didn't ask the locals what they pulled him over for. They didn't pull him
Mhm.
over, so they don't have any record. If I was him, I'd be like, what are you ticketing me for?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, Meow.
All right, Meow, I'm gonna write you a ticket on this one.
I'm gonna let you off with a warning, Meow. Maybe that's what they did, just a general warning.
Yeah. Well,
Just
no,
so
at
they
the
could
end he
play
said,
the
"Now I'm
meow.
gonna have to write you a ticket on this one, Meow." He does say that. I'm gonna have to write you a ticket on
fuck.
this one. That's what I said. It doesn't
Mm.
make any sense. It is.
Hey, they got quotas.
I mean, yeah. I guess the guy just gonna accept whatever, especially when you got somebody who's yelling meow at you. And I do
Yeah.
love that he didn't get to the 10 he's supposed to hit, so he pokes his head back in the window and
Just goes,
Meow.
Meow.
Now, we go ahead and jump back to the station very, very temporarily, and you find out kind of why Foster's suspended. You hear something about a bus. That's it. Like, we find out way later what really happened, but yeah, you find out something. Farva's not on the road because of a bus. This scene here, I would have to try this out, but is it that easy to set a tape cassette on fire?
Oh yeah, no, it's not. And I thought I had that clip because I made that point, but I guess I don't. But I do in post. But yeah, and it's 2001. Where very little people had tape.
Oh yeah, I didn't understand like why there'd be tapes there. CDs had been prominent since '95, but at this point,
I
that's
bet it
6
was just
years.
cheaper to go down to the local thrift store and find a shitty cassette that they could burn versus I don't want to burn one of my CDs. That's $15.
I could see that. Farva basically takes it's Rabbit has a tape playing, and I forget who, John Denver, no, I can't remember what John Denver is. The other one, he pulls the tape out and just puts a lighter to it, and the tape just catches on fire like it's fucking had gas on it or something. Granted,
Well, yeah,
Farva did just have a chamois cloth that was covered in oil, so maybe that had something to do with it.
Too
But
bad his hands didn't catch on fire, and he
Yeah,
just
that'd
kind
been
of
funny.
Looney Tunes his way out of the room.
well, shit, it got Looney Tunes anyways. Between Farva and Rabbit about the fight, and then Ramathorn coming in and doing his little slide across the top of the hood and just flying off. Shit cracked me up, dude. But directly after this, we jump to a crime scene, which
The RV.
which they refer to
Yeah.
as a Winnebago the whole time. So I'll probably end up calling it an RV because my notes got a little irritating typing out Winnebago. So
Oh yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Oh good God, no! I don't even want to know how to spell it.
I'm sure I've got it spelled 7 different ways in here. Thorny and Rabbit, they go to a crime scene, and the Winnebago's there, and the locals are already there as well. So they get onto the Winnebago with them, and there's a dead chick and a pig.
but they don't discover the pig yet, but no one's ventured into the bedroom.
Yeah. What's funny? What happened to the pig though? Well, I guess we don't ever find out. They probably just put it down. The dead chick. There's one thing about her that we find out. She's got a Johnny Chimpo tattoo on her shoulder,
Yes.
which is like Afghanistanimation.
Afghanistan, because that's I mean, it probably technically is a thing.
I've never looked that up in 25 years of this movie being out. I've never looked
But
up
it's
Afghanistanimation.
it's not a thing to have that name. That's a made up name. There may be a cartoon made in Afghanistan, but not enough to call it a genre.
Like we said, there's a pig on there, and they open it up, so they all go running off, and Mac and Foster show up, and Mac's like, "Oh, there's a pig in there? The pig in there?" And he jumps in, and he goes to like fight the pig, and he comes out all looking like he got his ass kicked.
Well, you
And
didn't
then-
see the other guy.
Oh
So you
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
that pig's probably dead for all I know.
Mhm.
But they end up in a huge fight between all of them and the locals right outside, which leads to like negotiations to
I'll give you the fat guy for Foster and about that stupid guy for Rabbit.
Well, you're gonna have to be more specific. They're both kind of fat and stupid.
Get these damn handcuffs off now.
That's my favorite part right there.
Ramithorn.
Yeah.
He's literally the captain of the other one. You don't see Chief O'Hagan actually going and fucking doing all this shit like they do. So they have the head of the local PD tied or handcuffed to the Winnebago right now.
And why there are like, okay, there's a couple free from both sides to do a negotiation, but they're not uncuffing other people. It's just kind of odd that we're agreeing to this hostage situation.
Yeah, it all just kind of stopped. Like, I'm done fighting. I've got my guy. I took my guy
And
out.
Ursula, the only thing I remember her from is Freddie Got Fingered.
What
Wheelchair
was she?
chick. She just wants
Oh,
to suck his cock.
God, that movie was so stupid. Daddy,
But
would you like
it's
some
not.
sausage? Daddy, would
It's
you like
not.
some
It's
sausage?
actually somehow a super stupid movie that is insanely intelligent.
We might have to agree to disagree on that one until it comes up on a
No.
review.
Once you realize what Tom Green is doing, he is literally doing what his character says he's doing towards the end.
Okay. Well, maybe we throw that on the list, but because
Mhm,
I don't know
mhm.
about that one.
Dude, I know I didn't think so, but it is. It is. I've been shown the light. It's a smart movie. It just doesn't look like it and doesn't
All
act like it
right.
and doesn't smell like it. And maybe it isn't, but it is.
If you say so, but we'll check it out. We'll check it out. After this scene, it jumps back to the station again, once again for a very, very short time. But they're basically hazing Rabbit. You don't know they're hazing Rabbit. They're spraying some shit into a locker.
Yeah,
And
she's saving cream in a locker. That's all you see.
and the chief walks in and he's pissed. You know, they fought. He's more pissed that they gave them the Winnebago. So this was
Mhm.
on a highway. This was their jurisdiction, but the locals said, "Well, it's closed highway, so they get to keep it," and they just gave up. They just let them have it. So the chief's
Right.
extremely pissed off about this. And after he walks out, this is when you find out Rabbit was actually in the locker because he comes walking
Mhm.
out just covered in fucking shaving cream.
I'd imagine that'd be a breathing hazard. Could you try to imagine breathing with all that around you?
I could not. That would be ridiculous, dude. So this baseball game, couple things happen here that I find pretty fucking hilarious. I mean, obviously, the scene here where Foster's talking to Ursula, they're joking around, and she's like, "Well, you want to slug me back?" And they're
Right.
playing around. They here, hold my Stoko, but she closes her eyes, and
Yeah,
somebody hits a
what was
foul ball.
she? But what was she preparing for when she closed her eyes?
I wonder if he was going to kiss her.
No, you
Is it
see him
no?
rear back. He was gonna punch her.
Hey, what
Was
happened?
she being flirty and thinking it was gonna be a kiss?
That's what I think. I think she was being flirty. Holy shit! Look at the old
Why?
wild cherry Pepsi can.
Ooh, funny. Mountain Dew is the exact same label.
Funny thing, that's like way overpriced back then, but that'd be a good price to get a fucking soda now
Yeah.
somewhere. But that scene, and then when they get back, and the Foster had sent the giant cotton candy to the other cop.
Right, and there's a continuity error with the cotton candy. She looks fine after being hit in the face with a baseball. She's not even looking upset.
I love that Mac's eating Fun Dip.
Yeah, I think technically they were both sharing it. Him
Dude,
and
what
Rabbit.
is that chick behind Mac? She's got an extremely skinny face. Look at those glasses.
Yeah, it's a little mushed. And wait. The guy with the goofy hat, he looks like he doesn't fit in those clothes. It's creepy.
It's almost like they just
Oh.
put random shit in the background, like these people
It
weren't
looks like
there.
he's wearing all his clothes he owns at once.
Weird.
It's so
Huh.
poofy.
I like that Mac's not even remotely beat up, but he's the one that got, the shit kicked out of him by the pig. But yeah, that's basically the whole scene here. It's not much. I mean, you do meet, you find out Ramathorn has a kid and his hippie girlfriend.
Right, girlfriend, yes. Yeah, you would assume a wife, but then we realize their relationship is even more complicated.
Right after this scene, we go ahead and finally get, I believe it's Foster and Mac. Yes, Foster and Mac pull over a semi for a soap company. But before they did it, locals were like following the semi, and they thought that locals were about to pull them over, so they popped on the lights and pulled them over before they could. It was for skipping a way station.
All right. That's right, doofus. Moving along.
So at least they had
yeah.
a reason this time.
But now, yeah, once you find out about the end, it makes more sense what the cops are doing.
But at this point, though, Mac's wanting to play games because they always play games. Foster is against it right now because he's trying to do good because he doesn't want to piss off the chief anymore. So they come up with the game The Repeater, which is what it sounds like. Foster just repeats everything.
You just have a shadow that repeats everything with the goofy ass smile behind him. But he wasn't planning for that. Yeah, he first went up to be serious, and then boom, there he is playing Repeater.
I do love that they keep going and going, and the guy ends up letting them in the back of the truck, and they won't stop doing it. Or at least Foster's done. Mac's like, he won't stop doing it. Foster's like, it's time to stop now, Mac. He goes, it is time to stop now, Mac. Like he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Which is brought up because when Thorny and Rabbit show up to let them out, they say it.
Get a little distracted by somebody doing the repeater.
Huh? That'll happen. That will happen.
But basically, on this truck, it's a fake soap company, not decorative fake or something like that. But no, it doesn't exist. As they're looking through these boxes, they find they're completely full of weed, like bags, big bags of weed, and they have the same Johnny Chimpo sticker on the packages that the dead chick had the tattoo of.
Yeah, it's very interesting that they do build up more and more of the Chimpo, and then towards the end of the movie, besides the big reveal, just like it's not really fleshed out, the whole weed. It's just like, oh, it's just this and that. It's just kind of wah.
Yeah, exactly.
Even like what the dead chick is, just kind of as another wah.
My favorite part of this, the scene they're talking about after they found the weed, they had it in the station, and now they're talking about it. And the chief asked them, that bag of weed that the kids had on them, did it have the sticker on it? And Rabbit, like, I don't know. And he pulls it out of his pocket.
Checks in his pocket. No, I don't think so.
Oh, man, I do love that scene. But we do get Thorny and Rabbit on patrol, and you were talking about the foreigners. And I guess they are, I referred to them as foreigners the whole time, but I guess German, we could determine that because he did mention the Autobahn and all that. So
yeah, they were Germans, yeah.
So they're driving along, and they have Thorny's kid in the back seat this time. So I guess that's why we had to have the scene with the baseball game earlier to establish the kid.
Right. Otherwise, then he has to explain his kid to his partner that already knows he has a kid, and that would sound weird.
Exactly. Now, as they're driving down on the other side of the highway, a fucking Porsche goes flying by him, and I don't know how fast he's going, but it was clearly flying by. So they go ahead,
and I
pull
think
him
you
over.
hear the German techno music just a little bit for
I love that. Come on.
Kill it.
It's out of nowhere. They pull him over, and Rabbit goes ahead and takes this one. No games. He just goes up there to actually write him a ticket and do that. And as he's up there, the German guy starts hitting on him, and the German chick's like kind of flashing her panties, her bra and stuff. And so Rabbit has her get out of the car and goes to pat her down. And I swear to God, he was about to fuck her on that hood of that car on the middle of the highway.
He was starting to lift the skirt and everything. I mean, I think we do know she's wearing panties, which is the big shocker.
Yeah, she had panties on. We saw that because she kept flashing them at him. But still, the only reason it doesn't happen, though, nothing to do with Rabbit. He would have just straight up fucked that chick on the side of the road right there while the husband's watching and smiling and blowing her kisses and shit.
Wow, active highway. People are driving by. Not much, but some.
But while he's doing this, Thorny's running the background on the car, and turns out the car's stolen.
Which is weird because it's not connected to anything. You think it would be partly connected. It's like, no, just some Germans in the U.S. with a stolen car driving fast. It's like, what?
The fact that they don't really bring it up again is weird, but I think they had to have some kind of legal thing to arrest them to set up a scene
Right.
later.
Yes.
To set up 2 scenes later.
Two.
Now, well, yes,
Okay.
because the German dude reappears in Ramathorn's bedroom, and then he reappears watching Johnny Chimpo with him.
Ah, yes, because he can somehow
Rabbit's
knows
fucking the chick in the.
Afghani.
Because remember, Rabbit comes walking in covered in makeup and shit, like he was in there fucking the chick while they were watching Johnny Chimpo.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even put that together. Yep.
This part here, when Thorny walks up to stop it, this may be my favorite part because he's telling him, Rabbit, we gotta go, and all of a sudden you see a giant feather come out, start tickling his dick.
Yes.
The guy's like, yoo-hoo! And while he's talking to Thorny up close, he starts tickling his butt with it too. It's just
Right, and it's funny because he's not barking up the wrong tree, as we discover.
Apparently, man. All right, who wants a mustache ride? They go ahead and arrest him, and naturally, since the kid was in the car, he has to sit in the front
right
seat
up
now.
front.
Now, why was his first instinct to tell him to sit on Rabbit's lap and not in the middle? I mean, I'm on it because
Besides
those middle
for
seats,
the joke, but yeah.
Well, those middle seats, I understand sometimes there's a lot of shit in the middle of those, but if there was an option to set him there to begin with, don't offer to set him on the lap of the dude who is about to fuck the chick on the side of the road. And he does say that. He goes, it's probably not the best idea.
Climb up on Uncle Rabbit's lap, Arlo, okay?
I don't think that's such a good idea, Thorn.
All right, okay. Why don't you just sit in the middle, all right, buddy?
Yeah, but you see what I mean? Just sit in the middle.
Yeah, just sit in the middle like you should have the whole time.
If I was Rabbit, I'd be like, I'll go ahead and sit in the back. You can have my seat.
Oh, yeah. Don't look. Keep looking forward, kid. It's going to be okay.
She doesn't look happy back there. Look at her.
Yeah, that is interesting. Neither one of them.
Well, maybe they were trying to fuck their way out of it, you know?
Yeah, I guess they were like very confident they could fuck their way out of it, and now a little bit of reality, but they still get to have fun. So quit, get that sour puss off your face.
We get I guess this is like just a quick short scene. You get O'Hagan and Grady talking, and O'Hagan's trying to take a look at the RV, and they won't cooperate with him. That's a running theme throughout the movie. These two constantly talking and not helping each other. Like I guess they've known each other for a while.
They have a lot of history. I imagine that surprisingly there was never a prequel where it could be them two as cops hating each other.
Well, shit, you can still do a prequel and keep the keep the regular guys. Like apparently they've been doing this a while.
Right. Yeah, but it kind of, I would just almost imagine it was like, but even before them, it was just before they were captains.
Yeah, that's a good point. We do jump to, so you remember the scene from the beginning when Mac was running from him, right?
Yes.
So now Rabbit gets the idea that this is his chance to do it. And Rabbit decides to take the stolen Porsche and steal it again and go for a joyride and, whatever. So what cracked me up is Mac is like parked behind this billboard and he's just jerking off, looking at the lips of this chick. I guess it's like a craps billboard where she's blowing on something. And he's just going to town. And right before he's about to get off, Rabbit goes flying by and Mac has to go chasing him down. But he doesn't make it very far.
Of the radar gun. He's using the radar gun to check his pace.
See how quick he's going, yeah. I like that it kept going faster.
Then it triggers the car going by. Fuck.
But yeah, like I said, he doesn't make it very far because Farva shows up out of nowhere. Because Farva was pumping gas when he went flying by. Now that shit cracked me up. Farva's pumping gas and he stops at like $9.50, but there's a free hot dog at $10. So he just pumps a little gas into the trash can to get the free hot dog.
I did do something similar like this with the work trucks at my business. I would we had a gas station. We didn't need a gas card or anything. We just had an account, and they offered for every like 10 gallons, you got a free coffee. Well, I would just keep taking any work truck, even if it was multiple ones, and getting it up there in the morning for everyone else just to get $10 worth of gas. So I can get a free coffee. I did that for like a year. The trucks always stayed topped up.
The point of what happens here is because of Rabbit doing this, very bad time to do it. He ends up getting taken off the road. Ramathorn gets put with Farva. Farva gets put back on the road with him. So we'll get to them here in a little bit. But we do see, I said it a minute ago, Ramathorn took the foreigners back to his house.
Yeah, which it's revealed at the last minute because you actually think that he's going to say, "Settle down, kids."
Lauren, can't you just stay a little longer?
I think he's yelling at his kids. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Who wants a mustache ride?
Fun.
I do.
No, but that part right there, yeah, they're talking, and in the background you hear people jumping on the bed. He goes, "Stop jumping on the bed." And
Mhm.
you hear it again, and then it turns over, and you got her naked. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. After this real quick scene, we jump over to the local PD, and this part has always cracked me up too. Foster, someone calls Ursula to report a flasher, and
Yeah.
they gave him the address. She's like, "That's this building." So she looks out, and Foster's just sitting there opening a coat and shaking his junk at her. He's got underwear on, but
Yeah.
and he keeps doing it and keeps doing it. And all of a sudden, there's somebody behind him with a gun.
I'm a police officer. Ursula, help!
Baby, I'm gonna butter your bread.
I love it.
You don't have these at your station.
Why do they have them at their station? Why do they have voice changers?
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, that didn't even register to me.
Like, oh, you don't have voice changers at your police station? We do. It's like, why?
So, I have this question. The
Mhm.
Winnebago is in the impound. So is the impound behind the local police station?
Yes.
Okay. I just wondered because they end up they go to fool around and they go into the RV to fool around for whatever reason. I guess no cameras.
What else?
I mean,
would
you find
do?
out later. But
Well, it's because there's a bed. It's the closest actual bed. Would be in
well,
the
there was a
Winnebago.
bed until they fucking jumped on it.
Sure. Yeah, that sucks.
But yeah, they go in there to fool around and the bed fucking breaks, and under the bed are just bags upon bags of weed.
Here's what you actually do. You repile up the bricks of and put the mattress back on top, and you finish what you were there for. You don't have to immediately get into
No.
it. It's still gonna be there in 5 minutes.
Did they still fuck? Like they had to, right?
I like to believe they do, but they don't show it.
Yeah, it'd be kind of disappointing if he didn't. But they go back over to the other station, and Foster's lying to the guys about how he got in there, and they don't believe him because he said on a hunch he broke into the impound, broke into the RV,
Mhm.
broke the bed, and found
Yeah.
the drugs.
I'll believe that when my shit turns purple and smells like rainbow sherbet.
What? What do you think? I just grew this weed?
The very next scene, Foster and Ursula are now fucking messing around in his car, and they end up locking themselves in the back of the car. Fine.
Which has recently happened in real life, but it was a female that was arrested or under arrest, and then decided to make an exchange. It's like, let me go and whatever, and the cop got locked in, and he had to wait for backup to come let him out, and he's just trying all his best to explain why he's back there. It's like, I was adjusting her handcuffs, and the door shut on me.
Oh, that's funny. I did not know about that.
Mm-hmm. Maybe about 3 or 4 months ago, there's body cam footage of it out there.
So they make a comment about how he had to remove the door off. How do you remove the door from the inside?
Yeah, why it's shut. I understand you can't.
Somebody had to come open it. There was no other way.
I guess it just sounds funny, and you got to just find some way to get them out.
Well, we finally get to where we got Car Ramrod. Farva and Ramathorn are on the beat together. Farva, they pull somebody over. Farva's wanting to play one of their dumb games like they do, and he's trying to explain to him what about saying meow and all that. He's like, meow, I'll say moo. And he says something, I'll call him for $10, I'll call him a chicken fucker.
Yes.
He runs up. Farva looks his parents dead in the eyes.
Oh,
and call
okay,
them
that
chicken
makes
fuckers.
sense. Yeah, okay, that's great. I did not know that was his parents. Hey, chicken fuckers.
License and registration? Chicken fucker?
Yeah, those are Farva's parents, like his parents in real life. That's funny.
That's great.
But right after this, they go to Dimpus Burger, which is just a fast food place. And Farva's up there trying to order his food, and I don't know what he's just being an ass about things, just being a dick for no reason. But the guy cracks me up. He tells him the order, like he reads the order over the loudspeaker to the people in the back and says it's for a cop. Like, what the hell is that about? You spit in my burger?
Welcome to Dippus. Can I take your order? Give me a double bacon cheeseburger.
You got to listen to the guy in the background. It's Roger holding the spit.
Yeah. Hold on that spit.
What the hell's that all about? You gonna spin it now?
No, I was just telling him that so he makes it
Yeah, right here.
I mean, yeah.
Don't spit in that cop's burger.
Yeah, thanks.
Holding the spit.
I like that. Roger holding the spit. But yeah, so he ends up finding that, like, he opens the burger and it's like, they look like spit to you? Like, yeah, like, fuck it. They spit on his burger. He didn't care. He peels the little thing off the side of his cup, like all the Monopoly pieces, you
Yeah,
remember those
the
things?
goddamn liter of cola, which I never even break down. I was like, is a liter close to one of our unnecessary size sodas at fast food? I don't know, and I don't
A
care.
liter is quite a bit bigger than like a 20-ounce soda, but I'm not sure. Like, this is a place where it could be a 32, 44 ounces, so I don't know how
Right.
much
It may
he
be
actually
like Ultimate Super Gulp, the 64 ounce that they used to. They don't have them here in Oklahoma, but they have them like in Texas.
Well, all I know is if you ever want a giant drink, go to KFC and tell them to give the biggest drink they have.
Yeah, it's meant for a family, but I watched a big lady eat an entire bucket of chicken that's for a family and just shove a straw in that giant thing and suck down that diet soda.
I had no clue. So I went to KFC one day and I said, I asked for a Dr. Pepper and they go, what size? I go, whatever the biggest you have. They don't question that. So I pay for my food. I get this little bitty deal. It's like I think it was when they had the little sliders, the little one chicken strip on the two little buns.
Yeah. And
I
then
had like
something
two
you
of
have to use
those
both hands.
and a drink. Yeah. I had two of those and a drink. So they hand me this and I got this little bitty bag and I look over and they're holding this drink out the window by a handle. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I'm like, and I don't want to feel stupid. So I'm like, thanks.
It's like, yeah, that's exactly what I want. I get to hold it in my lap because it's not fitting anywhere.
Well, luckily, this is when I worked for Blockbuster and it was right next door. So I get back to Blockbuster and my boss, I walk in with that thing and he's like, what the hell? And for the record, the bucket was a half gallon. So I had a half gallon of soda that I had back at work and I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do with this. So I drank that all day, like a whole 8-hour shift that lasted me.
After a while, it's just water and it's healthy now.
But yeah, so when he pulls that piece off the squirrel, sorry, he pulls that piece off the side of the cup, it just squirts all over him and he gets pissed.
Damn it, you burger punk! You son of a bitch!
Do you think they rigged it or did he just fuck up the cup?
There's no way that it wasn't rigged, but that was a perfect circle. Like, that was a perfect circle cut out,
Yeah, I mean, for the prop department, it was obviously rigged up. They just put a hole through it and put a sticker on top.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this is going to work for a little bit until the adhesive gives because the liquid, so let's do this.
Yeah, I assumed that the kids, these kids were the ones that did it to him,
Now,
so,
they could spend the time and scratch the whole off shift until they get down to the sticker and they save it just for a dickhead. It's like
they have to have them off to the side or something,
Yeah.
But obviously Farva gets arrested by the locals, not the highway patrol. And while he's in prison or in jail, they're just splattering him with powdered sugar and scrubbing him with brushes and spraying him with hoses. Pretty fucked
Why
up.
powdered sugar?
The lice hate the sugar.
It's like
And
powdered
boy,
sugar.
does he believe in wanting his movie to be successful because he does the full Monty and it is not an impressive bird at all. That poor little thing.
Even if he didn't have a belly, he couldn't see that little bitty dick.
No, it's a micro. I'm so glad he's hilarious.
It reminded me of that picture from Scary Movie 1 that they sent to, I think it's Bobby,
Yes.
what's his name?
Yeah.
Whoever the guy is. Yeah. And he had that little bitty thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that
But,
guy had like insanely white, perfect teeth in that movie.
Grady talks to Farva while he's there in the prison, and he's telling how O'Hagan is withholding evidence from them. And, so like I said, it's an ongoing thing. One says they're withholding, the other says they're withholding. Nobody's working together.
Why did they let Farva know about that? I guess they had no choice, especially when they presented it to the mayor.
So when the mayor was there, he heard it all. They know what's going on. Farva, I don't know. I don't know how Farva was staying working with this place. They don't appear to like him.
But I guess it makes it funnier to have that one guy that they hate.
I think I have more friends that I hate than I like. Not you.
Maybe.
We're not friends.
Doing math in my head. Yeah, it's like, no, we're not friends.
But right after the scene, we go ahead and jump over, and all the guys are watching Johnny Chimpo, and they're just cracking up, laughing, smoking and shit.
Don't let the great Satan tempt you with the Western culture. You must remain true to the Taliban warlord.
And then the chief shows up, and they all of a sudden have to pretend like they're studying, which cracks me up. So you're saying he's
Oh
not,
yeah, they whip out like notepads. Oh, so what you're saying? Yeah.
while still having joints burning, by the way. Nobody even tries to hide the joints.
Yeah, stinky as could be.
Now, this scene right here, the shenanigans talk, is one of my favorite parts of like this whole movie. They keep saying shenanigans, shenanigans, and so the chief finally gets irritated. Says, "I'm gonna pistol whip the next motherfucker that says shenanigans."
Hey, Farva, what's that restaurant you like? You know, with all the shit on the walls?
You mean Shenanigans? Oh. You're talking about Shenanigans, right? Put those away!
Even when I hated this movie, I had that in my head. I did at least like that part, even as an angsty little teen.
So the movie Waiting, you ever seen it?
Yes.
That takes place in a shenanigans.
Same universe.
Exactly. But yeah, no, that part.
Is that made by these people?
No.
But so someone just, I guess, because Fox owned the technical rights because they distributed.
Either that or Shenanigans is the real restaurant we just don't have here, and I know nothing about.
Ooh, we should look into that. I will answer it right now.
While you're looking that up, let's go ahead and jump to the shooting range. And this part right here, Max shows up to the shooting range wearing nothing but a metal cup. There's a line said in this scene that I use like constantly. I say it all the damn time. But he's showing him like, how good you shooting, Ramy? And he shows him his shooting chart. And he's like, well, what about that? You know, what about that one up there? He goes, that little guy?
I wouldn't worry about that little guy.
Good enough for me. You're my man now.
I say that so much. That is like probably my favorite line from this whole movie.
Yeah, I've used that a couple of times. You just almost have to. If the opportunity's there, you just have to.
Well, while they're doing this, the captain shows up. They give him the plan, like the breakdown of how they're going to break into the impound. They're going to steal the RV and bring it to the luncheon with the governor for the big drug bust, right? And, you know, that's where the captain gets let in on the plan. But this part right here, the captain, why does he shoot out the car window?
Oh, I guess because we needed it as the audience to see that it was a real bullet. Yeah. Because you couldn't just do the line and shoot it off screen. There had to be a target. And I guess they felt like that was the best representation.
Rabbit had the cup on. He could have shot him in the dick.
You're a sick motherfucker, Mac.
Thanks, Chief.
My favorite part of the plan is the rabbit's costume. The one that they hide in the middle of the forest. So the plan, they're still in the RV. Yeah. They're going to break in. They're going to steal the RV, but they have to distract the local PD. So the locals keep getting calls about a disturbance. The disturbance is Rabbit is wearing a costume where he looks like a hunter that's fucking a bear.
Excuse me. Bear.
Yeah, no, this whole scene here, they finally get the idea to go chasing him down to arrest him, and that's when he takes off running. The RV's stolen. The RV's en route to the fucking governor's luncheon, right?
Yeah.
And by the time they show up there, they get there, and all these drugs are stacked up. So it appears that, you know, Grady and them had found the other drugs beforehand. So when they open the bags, there's a note in the bag saying something about enjoy retirement or some shit like that. Now, why did they not check the bags before they went running in?
Right. Didn't they fill the bags? Or were the bags in the mattress? I thought the bricks were just piled up in the shape of a bed.
No. The bricks were in the bags. They were already in the bags. But the point was, like, they opened the bags up, they took it out, and they put, like, newspaper and shit in there.
Oh, yeah, they didn't
I
even
assume would make a different sound while running than bricked up.
And it wouldn't
weed.
stink.
Yeah, bricked up weed, or you got a bunch of newspaper. I don't know. Foster is basically accusing Ursula of, you know, giving over their little love stash to the other guys. And we actually come to find out it was Farva who gave it away.
Right. Yeah. That's it was like a trade-off. It's like your station's going under. There's no stopping that. So the only way to save yourself, give me what I want, and you can be a cop here.
Yeah. And the only reason they found out it was Farva that did it is because while they're all in there, they're drinking, they're pissed off, they're just, you know, ending their career drunk. And they hear something going on in the locker room. They walk in, and Farva's wearing local PD gear.
Guess that's it for the old locker, huh? She stinks like ass, but I'll sure miss her. I guess you can say that about all my girls.
They end up handcuffing him to a toilet and then steal his car to go for a joyride, which sounds like a hell of a lot of fun.
Right, which is funny because I do believe the chief says, I got an idea. And the idea is to just be drunk driving in a stolen vehicle. It's not a very good plan.
It was an idea. It was he didn't plan it.
I guess he didn't say it was a good idea. He just said, I have an idea. So I guess that checks out.
But the joyride leads them going to Burger again, yelling, "It's Officer Farva!" And you see that guy that he attacked
Let's
earlier come running out of the building.
go.
And then Grady wants to pull somebody over. So while he's got him pulled over, he starts pissing on his door. And then they go to, or I said Grady, that was O'Hagan, sorry. And they go to Grady's house after that. And like they're destroying shit at his house. Like O'Hagan's walking around destroying his bird feeders. He's throwing his plants all over the fucking ground. And all while he's doing this, they call Ursula over the radio. And, he apologizes to her. Foster apologizes to her, but she comes up with an idea for them, says, "Meet me here at this time and I'll help you get back at them." She shows up, or she's not there yet. She's late, as they called it, but it was a setup. She knew Galicanocus was, the driver of the semi from earlier. She knew Galicanocus was going to be driving by, and they saw him, and instead of Bunty soap from earlier, it's Runty soap now, and they go to chase him. But right before they could go, Farva pulls up and blocks them to arrest him again.
Yeah, he's in his personal vehicle this time.
Second time Farva stopped a car in his personal vehicle this movie, too.
Oh, yeah.
And both times he was stopping other cops. They end up convincing Farva to go ahead and, follow the guy and show that, it's Galicanocus. And while they're doing that, the locals show up and Farva gets pissed. He's like, "Damn it.
If I had my car, I would have been in on this bust. Shh. Rodney! Rodney, get your ass back here!
Farva goes running off. And while he's running off to who knows where, I don't know how he didn't see this. Well, he did say he secured the perimeter, so maybe he went to go secure the perimeter for real. They see that the locals start shaking hands and hugging this airplane pilot from Canada and Galicanocus. So it's like the locals have been helping run the weed back and forth, hence what you said earlier on what they were trying to do with the, that semi early on.
And it's like, oh, they're following. No, they were just helping them get past the way stations.
Well, so obviously the other guys, they have no guns, nothing. They're basically defenseless. So they look in Farva's car to see what he has. And he's got a sex doll with the word Ursula wrote on it.
Yeah.
Like, that's so sad. I mean, at least, I don't know, writing the name there, I figured he put a picture on the face, maybe. I don't know. That's weird. It's weird. Sex dolls are weird to begin with, but... But Farva goes running up.
The cheap inflatable ones. That's just those are only for like bachelor party pranks.
Yeah, they're jokes. Nobody's using those to actually fuck. I
They're
hope.
awful. They look awful.
I don't know how they. Yeah, and wrong show, not this show. So they put that on top of the car with flares and turn on Farva's lights and send that just driving into the crowd. Now, was somebody actually driving? Because I didn't see them in the front. They burst out of the trunk.
Right. It's almost, I guess they did the classic put a brick on the gas pedal thing, or just put it in drive, let it roll downhill.
It had to have just rolled downhill, because if they put it in, they all
would have slammed.
Yeah, they would have ran into something. Like, hey, let's intentionally get in a wreck. That didn't make any sense. But
they are kind of drunk.
They were a little drunk. But they all get in a fight, and they beat the shit out of every one of these guys, except... Did the pilot get away?
I could not tell you.
I don't think I saw him fight anybody. So even after all this happened, like we see like a day or two later, even after all this happened, they get the bust, they prove that the locals are in on it and all that. They still get the highway patrol station shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of sad.
Yeah, and it fades to black, and you think, oh, that sucks. But wait.
Yeah, 3 months later. And this scene right here, you get Thorny and Rabbit are delivering a keg. I guess they're delivery guys now at this point.
Yeah.
And so they go to the door, and the guy that ordered the keg are the guys from the very beginning of the movie. Oh, I love these guys. Look at him. They're so happy. I do like that they cut his hair and all that to intentionally make him look different, because in the beginning, he had like really curly hair and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had to make him look more like a stoner. Now he's at his parents' house, and to make more time.
Yeah,
make it look like more. Yeah.
Well, so they make him bring the keg in, and the blonde one and this guy keep making him carry it back and forth, moving it back and forth over and over, just being assholes about it. And I mean, I guess I kind of get it if it was a joke what happened to them before, but if they really thought these guys got shot, this fucked up.
Oh yeah, they should be like. Yeah, they should be like, oh, we thought you were dead and stuff. Yeah, that is interesting. We'll never know what happened after that scene.
Yeah, that's why I said that first scene, as much as I love it, is still a mystery.
Yeah.
After they move it around for a little bit, they reveal themselves to be the new local police. So yes, they got
Yes.
shut down, but they were given the other station, which doesn't seem like it'd be that simple just to transfer. But yeah, maybe it is. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I always wonder. They make it. They're state troopers and cops. They shouldn't intermingle. But
Yeah,
I mean,
so
it should be it's the same laws. It's just jurisdiction.
yeah, maybe 3 months is enough time to figure out if they've had enough training or not.
Which they
But-
need more training. They all
So-
need way more training.
Basically, when they reveal themselves, everybody runs out except for these two. The two from the beginning, and then that really fucking stoned out of his mind one jumps out of the closet yelling about
Yeah.
how he loves acid.
I love acid!
Now, the scene here, like during the credits, when they're showing them how to do different crap with, like, they start showing them how to do chokeholds with their like batons and shit like that, and then they were doing like charging battles with riot shields. Dude, that looked like so much fun. Yeah, that's basically the end. This movie, we find out they're the locals. They fuck around with these guys, but they end up just partying with them again. So they were cool as hell to these guys, even though they were just being dicks to them, making them move that fucking keg back and forth over and over.
Yeah, and I'm assuming even though the way this is set up, it kind of they I look at them and I think college kids, but they must still be in high school because the crime is having beer. The whole point. Yeah, they're underage. They bought a keg.
Well, I mean, college, the first 3 years of college are still underage.
I guess so, but I wonder. But either way, no, but it doesn't matter what school they're in. They clearly must be under 21, and that's the crime.
Yeah. Hey, but at least while the credits are rolling, we do get to see what happened to Farva. He actually jumps on, like, he pulls over a school bus, and while he's walking down the side of it, a bunch of kids start dumping shit on him.
Mm-hmm.
So he jumps on the bus with these kids and gets in a fist fight with a bunch of kids, and he ends up jumping out the back with quite a few. And yeah, so that's the end of the movie. Farva fighting a bunch of kids.
At least he didn't shoot any, so that's good.
Now, Rotten Tomatoes, man, all right, this might be the biggest critic to fan disparity that we've had. So
Critics hate comedies, fans love them every time.
Critics, 37%.
Wow, I'm surprised they just didn't do teens. Because, like, it's not Shakespeare. It's like, no shit, it's not.
Can you guess what the fans put?
Ooh, God, did they do their best and make it 16? I'm gonna say 86.
90.
Oh,
And like I said, 37 to 90. That is a huge fucking jump. But I'm really curious to hear what you have to say. So let me go ahead and do mine first. Mine's gonna be short and sweet. So, like I said earlier, I hadn't seen this in like maybe 5 years, right? And I was kind of nervous about going back and watching it because a lot of stuff I used to like seems really fucking dumb now. But not this one. This one's still great. I'm going to make sure it gets back in my regular rotation again. The second one, not so much, but this one's great. I rated it 90% beforehand. I'll be honest with you. My opinion didn't change. 90%. Staying right there.
Well, I have to admit it. I got this completely wrong when I was younger. I didn't care for it as a kid, but looking back, I think it was just teenage angst talking. Rewatching it now, it's generally a great comedy. I completely forgot how many phrases this movie is still permanently stuck in pulp culture, at least if you're in your 40s. The zeitgeist today. Yeah, that's probably pretty true. Young people look at me weird. You can't even say the word meow or ask for a large soda without someone instantly quoting the film.
All right, man.
But let's look past the heavy nostalgia and let's get down to one simple, undeniable fact. They are fundamentally terrible cops. Their methods make no legal sense. They abuse their authority to mess people. And their grand climax literally involves drunk driving as a strategic operation. They are absolute liability to the state of Vermont, but man, they are incredibly fun to watch. 87 out of 100.
I love it. This might be the closest you and I have came on rating one of these before.
And I started with I would have told you when I was 18, that's a 2.
Jesus. Well, I'm glad we went back and watched this one and we could change your mind on it. Hell, maybe one day I'll go back and rewatch was it Scarfather or whatever? Scarface. Whatever. Fucking stupid, terrible movie.
It's
Horrible.
cool looking, but it's not a good movie.
Yeah, Scarfather. I mean, Godface.
Even better, Meow.
But that's going to do it for us today. So before y'all get out of here, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you will. Thank you for joining us. Have a good one.
Meow.